Cheers.
Cheers. And our new department mugs. On our new couch. All right, you guys, it might look a little bit different. And that's because we got a new couch. We are moving on up, you guys. Can you believe it? It's only third episode of season 2.
Yeah.
We got a generous gift from a wonderful woman by the name of Janet. I'm not going to say her last name. I don't want to throw her out there like that. But thank you so much, Janet. The couch is beautiful. I think it fits the aesthetic of what we got going on here.
Yeah.
So thank you. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to keep building on department and to keep making better episodes for you guys, bringing in more guests, more musical performances, more artists, and keeping you guys engaged. So what do we have going on today?
Okay, so I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Welcome to Department, a place where music, art, creativity, what else we got? Good vibes. No, I didn't say good vibes. Good vibes. Just anything that's artistic, all of that comes together under one roof, and that's right here at Department. So welcome.
So today we have a very special guest. Of course, everybody's special, but this one's different.
Yeah, he's very special. His name is Carlos, aka Carlos B, aka Los. But I think I'm gonna call him Loso. I like that name, Loso.
That's cute.
So we have Carlos coming through today to talk to us a little bit about entrepreneurship. He has a really, really dope men's hair care line that he's pushing right now. I know he has a lot of other stuff that he's doing.
What's the name of the line?
Oh, let me not forget that. Yeah. Yes. So he has a wonderful hair care line by the name of Glory. Okay. Doesn't that just sound like royal?
Yeah.
Glory. Yeah. So he's gonna come through and talk to us about hair care, entrepreneurship, and creativity, right?
Yeah. Stay tuned. You know how it goes. He should be knocking on the door any moment. So we're gonna enjoy our water and our department mugs till he gets here.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'm excited about these questions too. This one especially. Ooh.
Come in. Yeah. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How y'all doing, man?
Good to see you.
You guys look amazing. Smells
you so
beautiful.
much.
Meet Styles.
Hey.
Good to see you, brother.
Come sit down.
Of course. Thank y'all for having me, for welcoming me.
No problem. Wait, okay, you're bringing gifts. Is that for us?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I don't know what I could do with a brush, but
Well, the brush is actually mine.
Okay.
This is just for me on the way here. Make sure I'm ready to go.
Look at this. This is
beautiful.
super cute. Okay, well, you know what? I want to get you settled. And do you want some water or anything like that?
Yeah,
A little
sure.
drink? Okay, I'll get you set up. And then we'll come back and see what this is all about. Okay?
yeah, you guys.
Check this out. Ooh, the packaging is crazy.
Okay.
Hope you're ready. We're rolling. All right. Super exciting. Carlos, once again, thank you so much for showing up and being here today, coming through to the department.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you brought gifts.
I brought some gifts, a few things from my line for you guys to try out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Yeah, let's see what's up.
Can we just show them the box first, please?
Yeah,
For the
let's
box
get into it again.
Yeah, the packaging is nice. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful green. I've got Glory on the side here. Very nice.
Open it up.
Okay.
Should we get a top? You got it, Kev? Kev's on it? Okay. All right. So actually, can you walk us through what's going on in here?
So I brought several things for you guys today.
Okay.
let's see, where can we start? I think you guys have had this before. This is our shampoo bar.
Yeah.
So it's in this like nice little tight green bag, but we make our shampoo in bar form. You know, it smells great, has some great ingredients. I think artichoke is in there, if I'm not mistaken. Sweet potato extract is also in our shampoo bar. So
What extract?
sweet potato extract.
Potato.
Yeah, so
Wow, that's the
some unique ingredients. I try to be creative for my product formulations and things that are good for the scalp, for the hair. That I think this is cool.
And does sweet potato have like any certain benefits to the hair, or why did you choose sweet potato?
Man, I was just Googling random stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool. I wish I could quote it right now. But I don't know the exact, details of it. But, vitamins, nutrients for the scalp, for hair care. That's kind of the general thing I look at. And then is it like a unique ingredient that I relate to?
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, I think that's more important than anything is like having the unique ingredients that remind you of something, because I think I believe that because I love to make things myself, and sometimes I'm inspired just to choose something that I don't know that just comes to me, and I like to think that that's like something that's innate. So if you feel drawn to that, to put it in the product, it's probably because it's something that's really important. So
yeah, that's just what it is. Sometimes I just catch a vibe with like an ingredient. I'm like, can I put this in a product?
Yeah.
Like, what does it look like? Can I source this? And that was one of them.
And it's something everyone can relate to, or at least your demographic, right? Can relate to. Sweet potato.
Well, I mean, we all can.
Yeah.
I think about sweet potatoes. I think about my grandma.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying, like she used to bake sweet potatoes all the time in the oven. Whole, so I think about her when I think about that ingredient.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just deep.
I like this bag. Like this, is this something like you could like actually use the bag to wash yourself or something? It seems kind of like one of those things where you would just put it like it's exfoliated.
Nice.
Yeah, it seems like a natural fiber, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't even thought about that. I just want everything to be presented well.
Okay.
And obviously green is my color, so that was like the kind of main thought behind it. But maybe.
Yeah. I feel like you could actually use it like
this. Use on y'all skin and tear yourself up.
He's not lying. Yeah.
It's just the packaging.
It's just an idea.
Yeah. This is like deep exfoliation. So let's
super deep. Like bone deep.
Like fan favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got that. Those are some of our flyers.
This model.
That's
She
Sam.
is dipping.
She was one of our first models for sure.
Waves.
Sam. She's based here in Brooklyn too, actually.
Hey, Sam. Actually, we just did a photo shoot with her. I know she showed up.
Yeah?
I know this girl. Yeah. We just met her.
Oh,
yeah? Yeah, the 70s, the one that... Oh, she was there.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, just met her, yeah.
This is our pomade paste. This is actually one of our signature products.
Okay.
A lot of us grew up like using pomades like of old
Can I use this on my edges,
Murray's.
you think?
My mom does.
Okay.
That's not what I initially formulated it for. So if it don't work as well, don't blame it on me. But yeah, my mom does use of her edges.
I'm gonna have to give this Styles. I think Styles could use this.
See that?
Yeah.
I use it on my waves, obviously. But the thing I love about this product is that it's like super light. It's easy to apply, easy to rub on. All natural ingredients, just how all my products are. And this is probably the key ingredient for me in my journey, because I thought these pomades for 4 or 5 years when I was younger, because I thought the greasy pomades from the beauty supply stores were messing my hair up. That's how I felt. They were full of chemicals, full of all these other ingredients that you couldn't pronounce. So I didn't like it, So when I came across this formula, this really is kind of what sparked the idea for the brand, and I was like, yo, this is something right here. I can build a brand around this, and that's kind of where it started.
And this is something you can use every day.
Yeah, something you use every day. I'm using it right now. This is where I came here, so. Again, it's easy to put on, easy to wash out, all clean ingredients, so it's good.
Amazing. Okay.
And then this is also a fan favorite. This is our conditioner.
Okay, I can get into these.
Oh,
yes, too.
Yeah. And I just can't get over just the packaging.
It's gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
And it's really sexy, and it is masculine too, which I really like. Very sleek. Yeah, clean. Yeah, clean and sleek. And I think whether I was, a man or a woman, I would want to buy this, because I love the green. The green is just,
it's it.
Makes you want to eat it or something.
No, I love hearing that.
Yeah.
That's what the brand was designed to do and to be. I want it just not be this I want it to be a brand you put on top of the counter. Like,
Oh,
come on.
This looks good on the counter. Yeah.
So
In our bathroom, so we got green in there.
okay. It's all coming together.
Yes.
And like it looks good. Like a shower.
Right?
And
And
like the
This shade of green is just perfect, guys.
so
Yeah.
man.
Gorgeous.
So kind of our 3 main products that we sell like for the in here process.
Yeah, I like that. I love that.
You guys.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay, beautiful. Awesome. I'm gonna put this away, and we're gonna get to these interview questions because we're about to grill you. No, we're not. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, it's very true. He has some knowledge. I know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. I think I just. Yeah.
Yeah, to call it like.
Oh,
you know, I kind of want the G up here. How do we do that? Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
big G.
the big G, not the little one. Okay. Hey, it's at the same time. Yes. All right, Losa.
Ready.
So, our first question is, how did we meet?
How did we meet? We met through Sonia, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but we met at one of your parties. I think that's the first time I met you. Was out you threw a party.
I mean, yeah, I found a couple parties.
I went to this party. I was there. It was the one that I came to. I came out of late though. I feel like that's where I met you.
Okay, I think I might have met you there. But
Okay.
Before
Maybe just like on the street or something.
Was it not on Tompkins that we met? Like
yeah, on Tompkins.
We definitely met before.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. We met through Sonia.
Yeah.
Possibly at a house party, one of mine. Possibly on Tompkins.
Yeah.
Good vibe.
But that party was a fire party. A really nice party. Carlos throws really, really good parties. I don't know if you do it anymore, but
less frequent now.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in here for a minute, so boys, we've thought about the number like that. You know, well curated house parties, good vibes. Yeah. Good music. The space is like, decked out, especially my parties. I think I had a DJ there probably at some
Yeah, you did.
So, a good house party, man. It's like undefeated.
If you want a party, what's like the most important fact? Like, is the DJ gotta have food? Is it one person has to be there? Like the
most important for me, I feel like the most important for me in a house party is like the theme.
The theme.
Because everything revolves around a theme. Like, this is before I met y'all, but back in like 2021, when the world was opening back up, I feel like this, what's that show called with the skinny girl? Well, I shouldn't describe it. It's like the high school, everybody going crazy.
Oh, Zendaya? Yeah.
I do Euphoria theme party. I had the crib decked out. We had like balloons on the ceilings. We had like the glitter around, the shingles. It was about everybody dressed up from like, high school wear, if you will.
That's fun. That's dope.
Probably the best house party I've been to and I threw it. So
So you feel like the theme is the most important part of the party?
Yeah, because then that informs how you dress, that informs maybe who you invite, that informs how the DJ plays. You know what I'm saying? The lighting in the space. So,
the foundation of the party.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the brand? Like, what am I walking into? What's the vibe here?
Okay.
Like, let me give you a vibe. I don't just come any kind of way.
That's note taken.
Yeah,
because we be throwing parties. I mean, I guess we do have themes, but I never thought about that being the most important part. But it definitely sets the tone.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so next question is where are you from? And I know you're an entrepreneur. I know that you have Glory, this wonderful men's hair care line. But is there anything else that you do, or is there any way that you kind of sum up what you do?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm from Memphis. I'm born and raised. I moved here when I was 18 for college.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, you've been here for a minute.
Yeah, I've been for a minute. Oh. And I guess what else I do? Yeah, I work full time in tech. I do venture capital partnerships at Google full time. And I'm also a yoga instructor as well, so.
Oh, no.
I teach a lot when it's like warm outside in the summer. Me and my friend work. We teach in a park here in Bed-Stuy, as well as in Fort Greene. And that's just studios every now and then, sometimes corporate events as well. So
Wow. Well rounded.
Yeah. Kind of. You put your leg behind your head.
for the right one. No.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, don't let us say Diddy. Yeah, I like it.
Why you want to know? So why you ask?
I love that. Okay. Sorry. Oh.
Okay. So NYC is a melting pot.
Yeah.
How does your culture influence the way you create?
Well, my culture, like I said, I'm from Memphis. You know, Memphis, Tennessee has a ton of culture when it comes to just like our energy, the way we talk, our swag, definitely our music, you know, which I'm into a lot. So, growing up in Memphis, that's what Glory's really built on. It's like my experience in Memphis. I got to point back to like my family, my mom, my grandma, my barber. You know, growing up, my mom brushed my hair every day. You know, she kind of gave me ways, you know, to do rag and stuff when I was a kid. Oh yeah, she would brush my hair for 20 minutes at a time.
Oh,
wow, really?
In the bathroom, just like me between her legs, and she just brushed my hair, holding my face like this.
Wow.
Like for real, like I have very vivid memories, you know. And then my grandma, she just had this thing about just like being like clean and like look together every time we leave the house, right? So we always iron our clothes when we left the crib. We, you know, were lotion or Vaseline up back then, you know what I'm saying? They did powder everywhere, so we were just very like clean family, if that makes sense. It's very, very presentable. It's very important. And then my mom, she took to the barbershop every week. Wow. So I was
every week,
every Friday after school. You know what I'm saying? Like with my barber, with Mr. Good. And so that kind of like consistency just kind of taught me a lot about just like being clean cut. You know what I'm saying? Being presentable. And then obviously kind of being from Memphis in general. There's a general swag of like, you know,
3-6 Mafia.
3-6 Mafia.
So I'm thinking about that. So that's
what I like. And growing up in Memphis, like I'm from Orange Mountain originally, kind of like live in Parkway Village. If y'all know anything about that, and like you know, it's just like we black. You know what I'm saying? We black as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, like if you wasn't clean in school, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't like you know kind of on point a little bit, you might get checked. You know, you might come in class and like you might get checked the whole day. You know what I'm saying? The whole lunch period. And like for me. I never wanted that, you know. I wasn't avoiding that. I was just like, it was what it was. I was a clean cut dude. I had my waves. I had my hair together. I dressed well, you know what I'm saying? And so I think when it came to Glory, I wanted to bring that reflected like my story and my upbringing of being consistent, of being clean, of being sleek, of being, you know, like versatile, you know. One thing about Memphis folks is that when we leave, we can survive because Memphis is a very interesting and kind of tough environment growing up in. You know what I'm saying? We can be hard on folks, you know what I'm saying, when they coming up, when they first come to the city, as far as just like getting them acclimated to how we talk, how we walk, what we do. So if you come into Memphis, you act different, you look different, you dress different. Yeah. We gonna change that real quick. we gonna just like, you know, beat you down, you know, and talk you down and walk you down until you kind of like us. You know, that's just what it is, you know. So it ain't like no hard feelings. It's really all love. But it also ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? So the brand ain't easy, but it's like we also make it look good and feel good, and like hopefully Glory feel the same way.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like there's so much behind that. But I really do love I love the aspect of, like you're saying, like just being clean and consistency. Yeah. And I love like just, it's almost like it's discipline. It's discipline, exactly. Discipline and having that routine before you leave the house.
100%.
That is, I feel like just is such a great story behind the brand of Glory, because this is like something that I feel like we as adults can have, and then you give it to your children, and you know, it's like a family brand. You know, you're going to pass this down, and it.
I mean, that's how it happens, right? I mean, if you think about it, the grooming experience, especially for men, and I mean for women as well, we get all of our products from women in our lives. But it starts with our grandmas and our moms. So I talked about the products before. I was using that. I felt like weren't treating my hair well growing up. I stopped using them in my early 20s. But I'm like, man, like what do I use? You know, right? And I want to have like a healthy, natural offering for like what I needed for like my hair and my scalp. And like that's why I developed. But growing up, like what were we doing? We were going to the beauty supply store. We were going to Walgreens, so wherever we was going to, and just getting products that will market towards us.
Mm-hmm.
Not products that are necessarily healthy and good for us, especially in America, especially, you know what I'm saying, in the South. It just, we didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? But when you know better, you do better. And so glory is like my attempt to do better.
Amazing. I feel like you kind of answered this like with that first question. But maybe you can just like sum it up. So it was, what experiences have you had with your hair that made you want to create Glory? So if you can kind of like wrap that up.
Yeah, it's actually like a bigger story because Glory is actually my second company.
Okay.
My first was actually a marketplace for healthy Black-owned brands for the skin, hair, and body for both men and women.
Ooh.
And I started this back in like 2015.
Wait, what was this company? Explain it again.
So it was a marketplace. It was an online marketplace.
Okay.
For healthy Black-owned brands for like Glory.
Cool.
Amazing.
For this, but it was for the skin, hair, and body for both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, I started that because I grew my hair out in 2015 for like the first time. Maybe the second time in my life. But I just like didn't know how to take care of my hair.
Yeah.
You know, I've always had like a low haircut. But at this point, I was like a small, like, little mini fro. You know how it was.
Yeah.
But I just like didn't know how to take care of it. You know, like the ideas of like, you know, how much to shampoo, like what conditioning was, that was all new to me. You know, I was asking like, a lot of my friends, especially my homegirls, like, what should I be doing? Like, what should I be using? And so I started trying stuff. I was going to like the supply stores and buying different products and trying stuff out. And I thought that that I was doing a good job. But for one day I was looking at my products and at the labels, and it was like I couldn't pronounce anything. And I was like, man, what am I putting in my hair? Like, what is this? And I did some research, and like within 5 minutes I found all these articles and research papers that like linked to Black marketed hair products to skin irritation, to hair loss, to illness and cancer even, right? And I was like, okay, well, this ain't doing the job for me. And there's also a larger problem here. Like, for one, I don't have easy access to Black owned products and brands. And the ones that market towards me are unhealthy. So where are those healthy Black owned brands at? And then why is it so hard for me to find them? And I found the other people having the same issue. And so I was like, I'll build a solution. And so that's what Luya was. That was the name of my brand. It's called Luya.
Luya. Like Hallelujah?
Like Hallelujah.
Okay.
Luya, that's where the name came from.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. And so while doing that, I'm seeing all these brands, right? I'm talking to all these people. I'm selling all these products. I'm talking to all these founders. And I'm also online a lot. Just like seeing this content about like Black beauty and grooming. And what I'm seeing is that there's still a huge gap in the market for Black men's hair. In particular, though, where it started was I saw a video of a guy like brushing his waves and like taking off his do-rag. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I've never seen it before. And so that video took me down a rabbit hole for 3 hours of like content of like guys brushing their hair, getting haircuts, taking the do-rags off, wave check, all this other good stuff. I had never known this online community existed, but what I found was like between Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, this whole community of like Black men sharing content, terminology, products, just this whole world. Sits around waves. But I didn't know it existed. They got their own influencers. We got 10K followers, 500,000 followers. I'm like, damn.
Wave God.
But when I was watching the videos of those next few weeks, I'm like, I noticed something in the videos. Like there was a lack, for one, of like product continuity across the creators. So they were all using different stuff. Oh, I'm using Murray's. I grew up on this. Oh, my girl gave me this. Oh, I make this in my kitchen. I'm like, okay, cool. That's interesting. Everyone like using different stuff. Like there's like no one brand. But I think what was more jarring was that like the brands that they were using were often toxic to the point where they would admit it in the video.
They would admit it.
If you go look at this video from 360 Jeezy, so he's one of the biggest influencers in the wave market, in the wave game. He does like this like wave brush session where you put in pomade, you just brush your hair like an hour. You know what I'm saying? But he starts the video, he's like, yo, I'm gonna use this pomade right here. It's not good for your hair, but it works. All right, let's go. But he's like the number one influencer in the game. I'm like, yo, if the number one person is using a trash product, then the game is trash. And so there should be a product offering that's healthy but that also caters to them. And so when I did my research and I was looking at different brands, maybe it did to Black men and waivers, I found some, but for me, I'm a very particular consumer. I want to know what's in it. I like how it's presented. I like how it looks, how it's given to me. And so when I found these other brands, I found some that were cool, but there was kind of always like something missing.
Yeah.
Like the marketing was a little like kind of off for me, or like the website was a little janky. The packaging was a little, like not up to par. Like think about the brands that like at that point Black women were coming into. At that point, Shea Moisture was like had gotten big.
Yeah,
Carol's daughter had exploded already, and then we started seeing like other like women focused like beauty and women brands come along, like Miel. I mean, they were already around, but like getting popularity. Pattern.
Pattern. Yeah.
Like now we see where it's at now, like with topicals, like these, more established beauty brands. But if you think about Black men, like what brands out there were for us, much less up to par on that level of like branding and marketing and storytelling.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so, the idea behind the brand just kept poking at me. I'm like, all right, eventually I gotta do it. I gotta just like.
I would say like Old Spice, just for men, is the only shit I can really think of.
Right.
Like when I go,
I feel like we should take a break.
To my store, they got
In a while. Yeah. And then we'll pop.
Yeah.
Besides like the wave pomade,
Pooks just got
like
here,
that,
too.
Right.
I don't even know by color, but
Musty's
my name.
Yeah.
Like the yellow one, the orange one, and the black one.
So the fact that you only know the colors, you know the names, it's like to me like that's like a marketing gap. That's like these are brands that you just use out of like obligation, but do relate to them as a Black man.
Yeah.
Like we know Patty, we know Shea Moisture, like we know Carol's daughter, we know Top.
Do you relate to that?
We just that orange can, that's the one I use.
Yeah.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
we deserve better than that.
Yeah.
We can do better.
I love that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's like. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
Let's go.
Break.
Okay.
Really quick. Get a little refreshment, and then we'll finish this up.
This is so good. This is juicy, you guys. Yeah. Really enjoying talking to you. Carlos. Great back.
Oh, I'm broke, baby. Ain't got no money? Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money.
Hold up. Is that Gilliard?
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. Man, I'm sick of all the bullshit. Yeah, I'm a good kid, but why she dump the full clip? Feeling like the wild thing, I'm stepping out the bullpen. Fucking with that Charlie shit, and I'm in between her and between. She make me shine like Mr. Clean. Niggas riding strikers, trying to stay away from pork and bean. Sitting on the rooftop with my son, it's like a living dream. Me and work plotting on the bill, you about to feed the team. Kidding in the cut, you better chill before he make a scene. Johnny Mac, I love you, boy. Don't chase a check, go chase a dream. Fuck the competition, man. We taking over everything. Money making Mitch, you bitches ice, just trying to plot and scheme. I ain't got no money, baby. All I got is dick and dreams. Flowing through the simulation. Never get my destination. It's gonna be a long year. If niggas trying to test my patience, Q, tell these niggas stop playing, they get their cake up. Smoking eighth and brushing my teeth upon the wake up. It's been 26 summers and I still remain the same, bruh. Go yard with the 3-piece, it's like a layup. Now wake up, 21 is on the way up. Cake boys running this bitch, Brandon Jacobs. Mommy said she love me cause she love my Macarena. We gon' cheers to you pussy ass niggas, the biggest haters. I done seen a lot of bullshit in the world so cold. Switching lanes in this Cayenne like this bitch got stole. Friends switching on their friends just to sell they soul. Mama told me never let a nigga block your goals. So I'm messy in this motherfucker, bitch I won't smoke, nigga. Let her run.
All right, you guys, we're back at department. We're sitting here with Carlos Los
With Glory Brand hair care products for Black men.
Big G, not the little one.
People in general with I'm sure, but textured hair. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Making sure.
I have men and women buy my products.
Yeah.
Just being attention about making sure men are a part of the narrative.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Los, community seems to be a big part of your brand in New York. How did you start building your community, and how has your community shown up for you?
How did I start building it? I mean, just organic. I went to college here, so obviously I had a lot of friends here in the city
Yeah.
after I graduated. And then we live in New York. So a lot of people move here as well. So, between, my Columbia undergrad friends, my fraternity brothers, and just friends that just moved here, and I just kind of met in the city. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Anybody knows being in New York City in your early 20s when you first graduate is a different experience. I always mean like 80 people, new people a week.
Yeah.
It felt like, when we first graduated, much less, when I was in college. So, for me, it's just like being someone who has been in the city for a long time, since I was 18, kind of having all these like connecting communities. It's kind of made sense that I'd be the connection point for people, when it comes to like bringing folks together for events, for parties, for yoga, for, really anything, So for me, I'm a big community person as well. I love my family back home in Memphis. I'm someone that loves to be around people in general. So anytime I get a chance to be around good people and good energy, I'm gonna take advantage of it. I feed off of people's energy as well. So I love being around my friends. And so for me, community has carried my brain to where it is now. And it's gonna carry it forward.
So you're saying, so it's just been pretty organic. You went to school here. And I think you, as a person, I think you kind of are a people person, right? I just think that's natural for you. Yeah. It seems to be pretty good.
Just talk.
How has your community shown up for you? Like when you're throwing events, or especially when it comes to Glory?
Yeah, so we throw an annual event called Glory Days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that. Come on. I love that. Perfect.
Glory Days. So it's our annual basketball tournament / like day in the park where we just kind of bring folks together.
Yeah.
And it really started as an idea because I wanted to like have like a brand like launch event. And I already kind of launched a brand online. It was public, but most brands have a launch event or launch party. I was like, do I want to do a party? I'm like, not really, because parties we go to parties all the time. Yeah. Every brand, every company has a party. I'm like, it's not going to be memorable. I'm like, what do I like as a person? And like, how do I want Glory to show up as a brand? And so for me, I love basketball. You know what I'm saying? I love the hoop. I'm one hooper athlete. I told you this before we started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, I'm doing a basketball tournament. And I think it's dope because I get to bring together, folks around athleticism, around health, around community. I give people an experience that like they're not going to forget, hopefully, right? Like there's like the homies who can hoop coming through. We got jerseys. Yeah. It's dope. It's like it's a good time. And like we have competitive games and people come and watch. And it's like and we give out free food sometimes and free drinks. So
y'all do performances?
All the performances. They haven't been up to this point. Not yet.
You should think about that.
But we're coming up on our third year in a few months. So
okay. Yeah, the third, you gotta do something different.
For the third. You gotta be crazy. Do I talk? I mean, it depends.
Yeah. If you're on fire or not.
Depends on the fire. Depends on who's in front of me. The guys who play with me, they would probably say I do. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so it isn't said.
You're capable.
I think basketball is why I used to kind of get out my emotions and like, express myself and, experience those things. So yeah.
Just to round out that question, I wanted to ask if you have any advice for young entrepreneurs who are who want to build community, like any, Who
want to build community. I guess I would say just like kind of like start where you're at. I guess what I mean by that is like who is like around you right now, whether it's like your family or like your friends or your siblings, and then trust that they're going to show up and like trust that they're going to invite and fill the space with what it needs.
Yeah, and support your ideas.
Yeah, but I think
what if you can't get support from friends or from family and stuff? Like, where would you go next? Because I think some people deal with that.
I think my question is like, what does support look like? Because I think a lot of times in our community, it's like they didn't support me because they didn't buy my product.
Yeah,
they didn't give me $100 while I was raising money. They didn't come to my event. But in reality, am I building Glory for my mom? No.
Right. Yeah.
If my mom buys Glory, then that's great. But in reality, I'm building it with Black men in mind, right? So, and even then, like, which Black men are gonna like be drawn to Glory? Probably ones that are like athletic, that care about grooming, that want to invest in themselves, that believe in like healthy products. If you're not, in one of those like verticals, then you might not buy my product. You can't expect someone to support you just because
they know
that's
you.
my homegirl.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, she cute. Oh, we've been known you for 20 years. It's like at the end of the day, when you put in a company, you're like delivering a product. Their product has to add benefit to the customer.
Right.
And everyone's the customer. Everyone has a chance to evaluate whether or not this is worth my time, my money, my effort. So, and I'll say this too about community, like, and your product and your business. Like, people take what you give them. I think a lot of times creators, entrepreneurs, we overthink like what we're doing and what we're creating. Oh, I can't put it out unless like it got this, it got to sound this way. Yeah. Oh, I ain't got the right fabric yet. But it's like, yo, the only person who has this idea of like what it's supposed to be is you.
Yeah.
No one knows if floors is supposed to be orange or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll walk in with a green box and so is green.
Yeah.
I walked in with conditioner, so is conditioner. Yeah. Maybe it was supposed to be lip balm.
Yeah.
But glory is whatever I tell you it is.
Yeah.
It's whatever I show you it is. And so sometimes it's creatives when it comes to building community or launching a brand. Like, remember, like, people take what you give them. So don't overthink it.
Gems. Yes. Oh, we like that.
We love that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we just saw that you had a successful Kickstarter campaign. Congratulations. Yeah, your goal. We know that is hard to come by.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me fill out the full question. Yes. Okay. So yeah, congrats on that. What advice would you give someone so that they can maybe also have a successful campaign like you did?
I mean, I think for me, when it comes to having a great campaign, it's about storytelling. I think it's actually the part of like the biggest part of every brand.
Yeah.
You asked me about what makes a good party. It's like the themes, like the theme of the party is the story that we're going to be playing into during the party. It's the same thing with your brand. Like, what is the story behind the brand? Like, okay, I'm from Memphis. Oh, here go my mom, my grandma. Barbershop every week. Oh, my products were unhealthy. I wanted a healthier process. I moved to New York, and like now I'm building my own brand, with this nostalgic feel, but with this like new, innovative, healthy, perspective to it. And so for me, I'm like, make sure you have a story that resonates with the audience that you want to bring in. Make sure that it's high quality, that it feels authentic because it is authentic. So I would say that's number one. And then number two, like, make sure that you're like actually solving a real issue or filling a real gap, like in the market or in the industry. And that's with really anything when it comes to starting a company, whether you're raising money or not.
Yeah.
I think for Glory, it was interesting on Kickstarter because I found out how niche we really were. On Kickstarter, you have, I'd say, awesome projects. But if you think about it, a lot of projects on Kickstarter are really agnostic as far as who they can appeal to or who buys it.
Well, can you define agnostic in that sense? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Agnostic meaning like for anybody. For everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Not necessarily
like
for a specific demographic or a specific person or type of person. Like luggage.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Rugs.
Right.
Wooden floors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like comic books, maybe. So I was very optimistic going into the fundraising, but I'm like, man, like our story is strong, but this is like a niche, demo of like black men, who care about their hair. And so it was challenging.
Yeah.
It was challenging. So
I can see that, but I can also see why it was successful because I mean, there's a lot of black men that care about their hair, whether like when you really think about it, like
yes, but I think about the platform too, like who's on Kickstarter, like who actually
true.
Like it's probably a very diverse demographic, and like we're probably the minority. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to that makeup. So I think it was me trying to pull folks to the platform. Tell a story that resonated to our community, but also beyond our community to get dollars from non-black folks as well. But also like believing that my story is good enough, my brand is good enough.
Ooh, believing. So that was a big factor, just believing in the brand and what you're doing.
Yeah, but the biggest factor was like putting in the
putting in the work, guys.
Sending personal text messages, making videos, and like I don't love like being in front of the camera, honestly. It's just a necessary component to being an entrepreneur, like, of what I do. Like I have a very like facing brand. Like, I'm making hair products, so people want to see.
Yeah, see your hair.
Yeah, that's the same.
It's a
Yeah.
very intimate product I'm selling. This is like software, so I got to be very front and center sometimes.
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
As a musician, as a producer, I get to see a real time reaction when I do something for somebody or make something, how I know something is good.
Mm.
Do you really get those real time reactions, like as far as hair care? Like, you don't. How do you quantify like how good your product is, or if you don't get to see them when they're using it?
Yeah, so I think for me, so sometimes I get some feedback, like when I'm at the shows and I'm selling it to people, and they get a chance to open the product up and smell it, and they kind of get a feel for it. Mm-hmm. That's really the only time. But honestly, for me, like when it comes to like hair products, I trust my gut more than anything. I will make a batch of something new and I'll hand it out to guys and the people. But try it out for a few weeks and give me feedback. I'll make adjustments. But you gotta understand, like the hair market is so like broad. Like no one product works for everybody. Like no one brand works for everybody. So like the chance that you make a product and it doesn't work for anybody, that's a
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the bigger question what I'm asking is, what is the high that you get? Because that's the high I get. Like, hearing the music or watching somebody love the music. So when do you get the high?
Yeah, I get the high when people tell me that like the product works for them like really well and it's a different product. Like my boy sent me a text today. I'm gonna read it to you. My boy Ember was like, did you make the recipe? I was like, yeah. He was like, you have a gift, bro. I was like, okay, cool. I like leave a review. And he said this product is a game changer, and that it helps my conditions my hair, holds my waves down in place. It works at the old school grease, but it's light enough to use daily and adds sheen. He said I struggled for years to find something to keep my waves soft and moist. Other pomades would have had too much buildup, not to leave my scalp with flakes. So when I hear reviews like that from guys, it's like, okay, like it has a real impact on people's lives.
Yeah,
like, legit.
Yeah,
beauty and grooming is like probably the most intimate thing in our lives. We do it every day, and we use it every day. But it's kind of wild to think about that. But we haven't had products that appeal to us.
Yeah,
but we use them every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, love that. Beautiful. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of the questions. We got 2 more questions for you,
and then we're gonna do a little game after.
Yeah, then we're gonna do a little game.
Yes.
So kind of to we kind of touched on this stuff earlier, but I think maybe just to kind of dive a little bit deeper into it. We stalked your Instagram and we saw some videos. The glory days.
Yeah.
And the interview that you did in the barber shop. You like, you did an interview in a barber shop.
Yeah, that was for my Kickstarter video.
For the Kickstarter, yeah, okay.
I'm talking to different guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're talking to different guys.
Yeah.
And to me, like as a creative, I felt like that was like a little bit of world building.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is really important. As an entrepreneur, as a creative, and like is one of the most important parts of like creating a brand.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, how important is world building to you and to entrepreneurship in general? Like your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think world building is probably the most important part.
Yeah.
Of the brand. Again, it goes back to me of like storytelling. Like,
the
story is your world. And so when I look at like brands that I like when I was doing Glory, they had the best worlds I could tap into.
Mm-hmm.
Think about like Ralph Lauren, tap into a world. Think about Supreme, tap into a world. Think about Glossier. Glossier was probably the only like beauty brand I actually looked at the Glory, because like it did such a good job of like crafting this aesthetic about what their brand is and what it looks like. What's a Glossier girl like? What's she doing? Like, what does she like?
Yeah.
What are the colors? Now when you see pink and clouds, you see fruit. thinking about the last year. At least I was, and so for me, like I think you got to make a decision about which one your brand to be, and how you want to be sticky or not, or sustainable. Or sustainable in terms of like, is it going to stick around? Is it going to be around? I think a brand like Ralph Lauren can be around forever because like there's a world you're buying into. Like they've created a world that you can always go tap into. If I'm just a brand that shows up and just sells products, I can make money. I can like do cool things and we can, sell some stuff. But is it going to resonate with my customer to have them coming back? Are they going to look at the color green and think of glory? Are they going to think about when they go to basketball, like when they're brushing their hair, like what is the image? What's the vibe that glory is giving off? Like what's our story? And like how does it show up in your life? And so for me, like it was super important. And every brand I looked at had a world to it. Yeah.
And I love you incorporating the glory days, the basketball tournaments, because that's like so like when I think of like a world of where these men are using these products too.
Yeah.
Having a good time, going out, looking good as well, but also,
healthy,
sporty, active, and
also community.
Yeah, community
together. It kind of taps into everything that like I like, I'm saying about, being me.
Love that. Okay, and this is the last question before the games. Why the color green?
Honestly, that's what resonated the most.
Yeah.
So essentially, I was super intentional about the branding behind Glory, like extremely. So I had the firm list like for a minute. The firm list like were kind of the easier part of actually building a brand. But again, I'm like, I wanted a brand that was gonna like, I wanted a brand that was gonna be on par with that what I already buy. Like with my Ralph, like with like my jeans, with my shoes. It's like I wanted my hair brand to feel the same way. So branding was the same, had to have the same like level of sophistication. And so I linked up with my friend Fatima. She had like a marketing or a branding agency. And so they were doing this kind of brand development for different brands. And so I'm like, hey, like, this is what I want. Here are brands I like. Here are the logos I like. Here are some pictures of like guys to like, that kind of evoke what I want the brand to kind of like look like and feel like. And so you take all you pull it together, and I had all these different iterations, but the green was like the most obvious one. It just kind of like had this kind of richness to it.
Yeah.
I felt like it was very versatile. I felt like it wasn't too bright, it wasn't too dark. And I mean, let's get money.
Let's get that money.
And then to me, I'm like glory green.
Yeah, glory green.
Glory green.
So it just
this color can be glory green.
Yeah. Sometimes as a creative, I just don't overthink it. Like what feels good.
Yeah.
Like
trusting that intuition.
Logos so fun. We had different logo variations in the first draft. We had maybe like 100 logos, and like, out of those 100, like this is one of my top like 5.
Yeah,
and I was
so simple.
I'm like, all right, like let's keep going. And maybe get better.
Yeah,
and maybe another one. I was like, okay, let's do another one.
Right.
And then one more. So we had 4 iterations.
Yeah.
I came back to this first one.
Every time. Yeah.
That was me as a creative, so overthinking the process and being like, yo, I knew what felt good the first time. Like just go with that and just stop wasting time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like do it. And if you want to take it down the road, you can change it.
Right.
Yeah, you can always
change the way you like look, the way you make music, the way you create. Well, like if something feels good at the moment, just go with what feels good. And so that's been a huge lesson for me as a creative, for sure.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Glory, y'all. That was so insightful. Yes. Glory green right here. We got glory. I can't wait to try my conditioner. Oh, we do. Yeah.
All right, you guys. Wait, let's go to break real quick.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna take a quick break, you guys, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna ask a few fun questions. Okay, yeah. This next part is we're gonna do a little bit of a game called Finish the Lyric. Yeah. So yeah, meet us back here at department.
I want to embarrass myself.
Yo, what's your name, man? What you got on?
Man, I'm Snoop the One out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I got on some ostrich gaiters, got them out the A. Need some linen pants, you know what I'm saying? Tailor-made, especially for me. I got this right here. I believe it's silk. I hope it's silk, so I don't do that satin bullshit for real. It feel like silk, so I'm gonna say that it's silk. I got it a few years ago. This ain't even gonna lie, I pulled this up out the thrift store. I seen this junk, that motherfucker was popping. I said, damn, that's that slime shit I need. So I went and got it. You know what I'm talking about? This right here, little leopard print. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it. I got on my rings.
Yeah, show us the rings.
Come on, man. Power Ranger for real. What I'm talking about.
Cool, man. Where you at?
I'm over here at the apartment, man. About to do a podcast interview with the twins. That's what it is.
Before we get into this game, I wanted to touch on our art piece.
Can we welcome them back first?
Yeah, sorry.
You're right. Hi, you guys. Welcome back. Wait, you're blocking my light.
Hold on. Okay. Welcome back, you guys. Okay, and before we get into this game, Carlos, I want to get into this art piece that we have here from Jaden Avery Love, someone you guys might know as our very own in-house tarot reader. She'll be having her segment a little bit later, but right now this is her art piece called, hold on, Je Nyame. Okay, and this
What does that mean?
that is actually what it means. Is it talks about the God within cannot die, therefore neither can I. So that's what this piece is representing here. And so yeah, I'm into the colors. I'm into this kind of industrial here too, because I think this is like a cable. This is some type of like TV cable.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of texture.
Love that. The X in the middle. There's a yin and yang. I can kind of see in the middle there, the red. Yeah. And
did you notice anything, Carlos, about this? Anything sticking out to you? I don't know. Anything you're seeing here that maybe the untrained eye might not be able to see?
Untrained. I mean, they got to see the words in the background. They probably can see that with camera. It's pretty but it's a different words in the background.
Okay.
You know,
goddess themselves.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
They feel some good layering on this photo for sure.
Yeah.
This is not easy. There's like real texture and like volume to this painting. So, you know, it's not just a flat surface.
Yeah. So yeah, the God within cannot die, and neither can I.
All right, by Jaden Avery Love.
Okay, guys.
Okay. Pieces for sale?
Yes, they are for sale, and we will have all of that information available for you guys to purchase.
Cool. All right, Los. So this is back to you.
Wait, before we get into this game,
Okay.
I had a thought
during
the break.
Okay.
Like, as a creative, as a entrepreneur, what I realized is that like you can't be what you don't put out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't claim to be that thing. You know, like if you claim to be a singer, like you're not until you put your songs out.
Right.
Like you're not an artist until you put your art out. You're like not an entrepreneur until you start selling products and like put it out for folks to kind of like buy it. You know what I'm saying, and give yourself feedback. We're talking like during the break about just like being vulnerable, like just how vulnerable this can be. Raising money for a brand, you know, putting your face in front of the camera, creating something to put it out in front of people. Like it's a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So accept it, get past it, and just fucking do it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
yeah.
That was for y'all.
Yeah, that was for y'all.
We're over here. We doing department right now. It's like, he's not talking to us. Yeah. So that was for y'all.
Yeah, we're being vulnerable here, you guys. Speaking of vulnerable, this next game might leave you feeling a little bit vulnerable. I don't know about that, but this game is called Finish the Lyric. I'm just gonna read you, Los, some lyrics, and then you're just gonna finish the rest of the line for me.
We think you will know these.
I think, yeah. So, first one goes. Boy, I know you want me. I could see it in your eyes, but you keep on fronting, won't you?
Make it a surprise.
That was good. That was remix.
You got
the remix. I gotta see. Kind of like okay. I get it.
Melody. But you keep on fronting, won't you? What is first answer? Make it a surprise. What you make it a surprise? No, it's Boy, I know you want me. I can see it in your eyes. But you keep on fronting what you say what's on your mind.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And I do that.
You know,
That's the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
it's on his mind. We like a man who can communicate.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do the next one. 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top.
Cruising the streets.
Hey, that's up for debate these days. I've heard that it could be who's in the streets. Have you heard about that?
In the streets? Nah, because I'm cruising.
That's it.
I'm not.
That's it.
I know
Who's in the street?
Yeah.
That's the answer, you guys. Cruising the street.
Cruising the street.
Not up for debate. Okay, next. I got one. Rich boy selling crack, broke niggas wanna jack, take no slack, just bought a Cadillac.
Throw some D's on it.
Hey, that's okay. Yeah. All right, you passed the test.
That's what it says. Okay, next one. 281-330.
281-8004.
Oh, that's what. Is that? Wait. That's 3 for 4.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. 3 out of 4.
We're doing
Mike Jones.
All right, focus.
This one's a little tougher. You can do that one?
I think I'm gonna do.
You're gonna save that one for last.
I'll say that for last. I think I should say that one. Okay, so you say the next one then.
Okay. Okay. So this one. I come in the club shaking my dreads.
Oh, I come in the club.
Shaking my dreads.
Funny long bunnies.
Okay. That's a Crime Mob. Yeah, shout out to Crime Mob. That song was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Still.
So. Okay. This one's a little, I feel like this one kind of threw some people for a loop. But everyone should know this. So it's spaceships don't come equipped with rearview mirrors.
They dip as soon as they can through the atmosphere. And it's now
ripped. I'm so like a pit. I'm glad it's night. So the light from the sun would not burn me on my bum. High, jump the broom.
Okay.
Like a preemie out the. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, wow.
That sounds like we got some different rappers out here.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We were about to do some 36.
Yeah. We should do some 36.
Gotta be one.
Yeah. Okay, this one I feel like you gotta get this one.
This is just a wild card we throwing in here.
Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body
go. Shoes.
I know this.
Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go.
Hey! That's still an A. Yeah, that's still an A. Like, that's an A grade right there. You only missed one. All right.
That was fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming through for this interview. But you're going to stick around for a little bit because we do have a performer coming to entertain you.
Sure.
Got a little musical guest coming, so. Hey, don't leave.
We're here.
All right.
Yes. Thank you again for joining us, Lois. You guys go out, buy Glory. Actually, can you tell everyone how we can find you? Just your handles, everything for Glory, all that.
We are Glory by Us everywhere. So it's glorybyus.com, Glory by Us on Instagram, all social media handles. And we're gonna have more events as well, popping up in different markets as well. So also hopefully come to a store near you somewhere, especially New York. So check us out, Glory by Us.
Glory by Us.
All right, y'all. Stick around. We have Estephanie, excuse me, in the building. All right, she's gonna come serenade us.
All right.
Stay tuned. All right, we back, y'all. And we couldn't leave you without another performance. Tonight we have Estephanie, hey, on the stage, and she's gonna be performing an original track. Let's get to it.
Hey, don't seem to give you love when they spit on your shoulder. If I told them you could smile, they could be on the poster. Commercial love ain't really our thing, baby. Love you for real, you could get this all for free. Yeah. Do they pray for you? Into you're waiting for someone to give what you give when they've taken your shit, blaming it on their patterns. It's cause they're so busy, it's cause they ain't free. No one told you it's easy, they taking that shit, loads of it, man, it's still they need a minty refresher. Poems on the dresser, they thought that you did have written receipts. They don't make it past these eyes on my see. That's why I bet my eyes at the people you know. They don't seem to give you love, but they spit on your shoulder. If I don't give you smiles, they could be on a poster. Commercial love ain't really our thing, baby. But I love you for real, you could get this all for free, yeah. Do they pray for you? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Estephanie, that was an amazing performance. We had to pull out our lighters. Oh, your voice, you're a songbird. Oh my gosh. Wow. Thank you so much for coming through to department. Actually, we're gonna do a little impromptu. I don't know, like, does anybody have any questions for Stephanie? Can we answer, like, does anybody have a question for her? I don't know. If you do, because I mean, I was blown away by the performance. I'm not sure if anybody was struck. So
Chills.
Thank you. How long have you been writing? I've been writing since I was
yes. One moment. I don't know if you guys heard the question. I'm not sure, but
okay. Sure.
the audience, someone from the audience asked, "How long have you been writing?"
How long have you been writing?
So I've been writing since I was a kid, but I started putting out music 2 years ago now, and since then I've been like actually songwriting and finishing songs, because low-key I was just keeping it to myself, and yeah, ever since then, I guess. But
Can you tell us about that song?
sure.
Oh, okay. So someone asked. Oh, wait.
Yeah, what's the name of
In the audience, we want to know about the song.
Yes. So the song is called Busy.
Who's it about?
Good question. The song is actually about nobody. But I tend to write things in like hypotheticals, and I love love. I love love. So I wrote this song to just talk about that sometimes the people around you and the atmosphere might not be the best place for you, and I put it in the perspective of myself, saying, you know, I would never be too busy for you, and you can get all of this for free. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ah, that's so beautiful. I think we need more music, talking and speaking this type of energy into listeners, because there's a lot of like have fun, party, and all that, which we love. But I think that this is very necessary. So, thank you so much, Stephanie. All right, y'all. This is another episode of Department. We always keep it lit. We always keep it together over here. I don't know. You know how we do it. But yeah, let's get out of here, you guys. Oh, wait. Thank you, Styles. Styles is always keeping me on track. Okay, before you get out of here, you have to sign our stage. What's your favorite color?
I would love to. Pink or orange.
Okay, we're gonna get that together. Hang on.
Oh my gosh, I would love to.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Calm down. Yeah, you know you're writing in the diary. You saying? You ain't that was me.
Might need to hit it with
Yeah.
an orange.
Let's take it right on
Orange, I love it.
Take it out for Dawson's Creek. But I'm on Church Ave. You did good.
Commercial out, baby. Your speech.